Ciao and benvenuto. My name is Liz and I'm so excited you're here because I'm going to show you how to make a simple Italian salad. Keyword is simple. Now, this recipe is inspired from one that I had many years ago when I was in Italy visiting cousins. And they brought out this salad and it was like the most simple looking salad. And I thought, seriously, like I was very young and naive, okay? And I thought, where's the tomatoes? Where's the cucumbers? Where's the carrots? Where's this and that and the other, right? This was the best salad I had ever had. So I'm going to show you as close as I can how to make this salad. So first thing you're going to need is lettuce. And the type of lettuce that I'm using is more of a loose leaf. I do have some romaine. You really want to keep it simple. You can use at the store mixed salad greens if you want, but I'm kind of like hey, use what you have and what you like, but I'm gonna go with some loose leaf lettuce here. This is like the hydroponic kind that are grown in the store. And then I have just a few things of romaine that I happen to have on hand, washed and ready to go. Next, you're gonna need some garlic. You're gonna need salt. This is actually optional and I'll get to it. And we've got some really good extra virgin olive oil. This is the #1 secret. Maybe it's not a secret, but the #1 thing to know when making just about anything Italian is the quality of ingredients. So this olive oil actually comes from this bottle, which was recently given to us shipped to us from our cousins in Sicily. This is on my husband's side of the family, which is my family too, of course, since I am married into the family. I poured it into here just because I'm doing a small salad. I'm gonna have it for lunch today, and that's really it. Now I'm gonna go over some variations that you can modify to this as well. And you just need a salad bowl. So you're probably thinking this is going to be like the most bland tasting salad in the world because I don't have all this other stuff. And the reality is false, okay? Totally not true. Because when you have really good quality ingredients that have flavor, you don't need a lot. I preach this all the time in my videos on my website, simpleitaliancooking.com. There is no massive secret to Italian cooking except that you gotta keep it simple and you gotta keep the quality of the ingredients good. You could have all the right ingredients to make a nice antipasto salad or a caprese salad, all these traditional things, even lasagna or whatever, pasta sauce. If you don't have quality ingredients that actually have flavor, it's gonna taste yuck. So that is really, really important to understand. So what you do is you're gonna cut this up, cut up your lettuce. The way I remember it was chopped pretty small. It wasn't like big chunks like a Greek salad where you get the big romaine, chunks of romaine. Really don't remember it being like that. Chop up the lettuce and kind of set it aside. We're not going to add it to the bowl yet, and that is really, really critical. By the way, if you enjoy Italian cooking, especially when it's like super easy and tastes like better than what you get at the restaurant, then you really got to subscribe to my channel here because that's really what I'm about, is making Italian cooking fun and enjoyable. You don't have to be Italian to know how to cook great Italian food. You also sign up for my newsletter. So I want to get you some free stuff. I've got free cookbooks and stuff like that for you. All right, so you notice I didn't put it in the bowl yet, right? Okay, why is that? Because we're going to take the garlic. They're pretty small cloves. That's okay, because we're not going to use a lot of it, and I'm going to show you what I use it for. And I find that this little tip really changes. You wouldn't think it does, but it does. So what I'm going to do, what you're going to want to do is I cut the garlic in half, and with the open face, I'm just going to rub the inside of the bowl. And you're probably thinking, does that really make a difference? And the answer is, oh yes, it does. So what do you do with the remaining garlic? What I usually do when I'm cooking pasta on the side or something else, I just throw it in the water, let it boil, and then my husband gets a nice big chunk of garlic when we're serving the pasta. You can also just add it to the salad if you want, but I do not because I want a very subtle flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and add in the lettuce. Now we're gonna take this extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just gonna pour this on. And I'm doing, well, I have a lot in here, but this is a heavy olive oil recipe. So at least a tablespoon or 1.5 maybe. Then I'm gonna take some salt. And this is actually a blue salt. This is a French salt that we have. I really like it. Sometimes I use pink Himalayan salt. This salt is really nice because it actually has a lower sodium content, but it still has that saltiness. So that's why I like to use it. I'll put the link below. And I'm just putting just a small dash of the salt. And at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up. And when we do that, again, the olive oil is going to also now grab that garlic that we rubbed on the sides. And I'm telling you, it really will pick up that flavor. I told you this would be very simple. Now, if you're using a bland olive oil and you're using regular olive oil, this is not gonna have the flavor, okay? You've got to use a good quality extra virgin, ideally first cold pressed olive oil, okay? I don't want anybody commenting about how bland their salad was unless you can prove to me that you used a high quality, flavorful olive oil, okay? Now, that's all mixed up, and that's really how you make a simple Italian salad. This is exactly what it looked like when I was in Italy, and I love it. Now, there is something else you can do. You can take some red wine vinegar, and this is very common too, and you can just sprinkle some of the red wine vinegar on as well. So let's go ahead and take a test. Take a taste. Okay. I'm not gonna bother with this. I really like it with just the olive oil. Salt really gives lift to the salad. So if you're unsure about the salt, do a little bit, but that will really help bring it out as well. This tastes so good, I could eat 5 times. I could eat like a huge bowl right now. And that's it. Friends, if you like recipes like this, nice tips, you've got to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow it, and you are a key part of that because I want to share these recipes that I have learned over the years as an Italian, and want to show you how simple Italian cooking really is. So, if you have your own tips, let me know down below, let the community know, and while you're down in the description, make sure to grab a free cookbook just for you. Well, thanks so much for watching, and keep an eye out for the next video coming up.